I'm ready when you are.
Okay, we're ready. We're live. We're broadcasting.
Hey guys, how are you?
Okay.
You can't see what I can see, but after a month of doing this show, whereby I went, I don't want to say the extra effort, but I had a little bit of effort in picking out clothes, to which I was always facing, you know, Lance and Connor, and they usually just wore like black on black. Today, I did not put much effort into this because I came from the gym. Lance is wearing this bright blue Mets, what do you call the big thing that walks around, the big orange thing that walks around?
Mr. Met?
Mr. Met. I'm looking at Mr. Met on one hand, and then over to the side, my boy Connor is wearing khaki pants and a gray top, which is like the most color. You might as well be a rainbow at this point from what you guys are used to wearing. My point is, it's already going to be a good day. I'm very excited about it. There's a lot of good things that are happening. Today is Thursday, 2 days or a day after we got the election results, and I will just say this: I am far more optimistic than I was, I guess, yesterday morning when I woke up. Like, I've had a day.
So you're upset that you didn't vote for Trump?
No. I've had a day to let everything sink in, and what I found was that this country is fairly melodramatic.
Really?
Yeah. We are. I mean, it's exactly what we are. So there's a lot
Explain.
of how are we going to live? Someone called me to tell me that they've dropped their kids off at school, and the teachers were crying. I go, you got to be kidding me. The teachers are crying. Why were the teachers crying? And people feel like literally it's the end of the world as we know it. And I happen to think that we're going to be fine. That Donald Trump has made a lot out of, I don't want to say a little, but a ton out of a lot in his own personal life, and he's going to do the same for the country. He doesn't want it to fail. Why would
Oh,
he
you
want
think
it to
he doesn't
fail?
want the country to fail?
Correct. That's what I think. I think he doesn't want the country to fail. I think he said a lot of the things he said to you know, stir the pot a little, to rouse the base a little bit, to like keep his supporters engaged and energized. But for the most part, for the last couple of years, as someone who lives in New York and has followed Donald Trump and what he's done and where he's put his money and what he's invested in, he's sort of a Democrat, actually. And
he's actually given money to like a bunch of Democratic campaigns, and
correct.
was registered as a Democrat, I think, for a long time.
Absolutely, right? He ran as a Republican, and I think that's the best. I think that he's much better off as far as hanging out in the middle than, say, like Pence, don't you think? Vice President-elect Pence?
Well, Pence is
far
more to the right. Yeah, that's...
So then the answer would be yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm watching my son's basketball game here a while.
Yeah, so here's how I know that I'm going to have to carry this show, because Lance is watching his son's basketball game. And not just like, oh, my high school kid plays high school basketball. Lance's son is actually the best point guard on a Jewish high school team. Is that right? In the whole
I think
country?
he won a gold medal last year playing for the Jewish basketball team.
Like they were the state champs?
They beat Mexico. They were the United States. No, he was picked to represent the United States
on like
in
a
the
high
Jewish
school...
Olympics
for
the Maccabi Games in Chile.
So, that's amazing. So is he going to play in college?
He might actually. Some of those discuss.
Oh, is that what you guys are thinking? Is he a senior now in high school?
He's a senior in high school.
So Lance's son, what's
2
his
years
name?
ago, he was his team won the JV championship, and he's the captain. He's the captain of the #1 ranked high school basketball team, Jewish high school basketball team
in the country.
They're in LA playing against. They're playing against #2 ranked team later today at 4 o'clock.
Very
of course,
cool.
they're only broadcasting the game today against one of the lower ranked teams.
Of course. So
they're not going to have. But I'm going out there for the games on Friday night.
Oh, nice.
So I'll see the end of the tournament on Saturday night and Sunday. That's my weekend plans. What are your weekend plans? I think everybody's more interested probably in your weekend plans than mine.
Oh, okay. Well, what my weekend plans are, it's the usual. Harper has gymnastics in the morning. We've got a couple birthday parties for them. We're going out Saturday night to a friend's surprise party. I'm not going to name who. It's a surprise. And then... don't guess any names.
Actually, no. But it actually reminded me, it's my daughter's birthday today also.
Oh,
tomorrow.
it's easy. Almost every day seems like one of your kids' birthdays, but you have 6 children, so there's
And a
like,
grandson. So it was my
So you have 7
grandson's. It was my grandson's birthday on Sunday, and his
Correct.
mom's birthday today. So they have a birthday.
Nice. Well, happy birthday to
Right.
Lance's
Family.
extended family. Extended family.
That would be my.
Hmm?
That would be my direct family.
Oh, your direct family. Isn't your grandkid an
My
extended
grandson might be
family?
an extension. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so I'm glad you were probably all like, oh, what's the deal with Lance and his kids? So I'm glad that we covered that.
Right. Yeah.
And now we'll move
What,
forward.
you think some other people are interested in Trump and?
Yeah, I think more people are interested in that than your kids. But
Okay.
as usual,
It's all
while I
about
was
me.
in the middle of talking about that, Lance has jumped in to make sure I know that it was his grandson's birthday a week ago. So I'm so happy that we got that. So happy birthday. What's his name?
Jack Bernard.
Jack Bernard. That's actually a great name. He's going
Thank
to go
you.
on to do big things. How old is Jack?
2.
2 years old. Stein. Very nice. Happy 2 years old, Jack Bernard. Love it. Does he have a Twitter handle yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
He's not like Booba.
He's not like Booba. Booba is his daughter Alex. I like to call her Alex. Lance prefers to call her Booba. Fantastic. Anyway, as I was saying, I am far more optimistic as I walk through New York City. I know last night there were protests here. People billed it as protests across the country. They were really just protests, if I'm not mistaken, in New York and Chicago. That's
I think they
all
were
really
California.
saw. You saw some in California as well?
Yeah. I was actually wondering, on the election thing, like on a serious note, like they said it was like 50-50, or she actually won the popular
She won the
election?
popular vote.
If you took out New York and California, Connor, maybe you can do this. If you erase New York and California,
Would she have won the popular vote?
oh, she would have lost the popular vote by a lot.
Right.
But I mean,
What's your
like,
question?
is what percentage of the rest of the country outside of the New York,
Yeah.
California areas, the rest of the country, what percentage they went for Trump in?
I don't know.
I haven't seen anybody talk about that. So if you erase New York and California, so just subtract out, you take the total votes for, okay, minus New York votes
So
for,
much math going on here. I can't
minus New York votes for
understand
Clinton, minus New York
what
votes
he's talking about.
for Trump.
It's over.
And
This whole, like, let's
California.
analyze it. It's over. He won. She didn't. I say we just move forward. We don't
I'm
move
totally
backwards.
with you. I was watching basketball when you
I
interrupted
know,
me.
you know how I know that? Because you mentioned it now 3 times.
What?
We get it. You're watching basketball. So
No.
if you're
I'm watching
gonna-
basketball. I'm listening to the show. I'm multitasking.
Okay, so but you're not. You're multi-interrupting. So my thing is all this post-game analysis, like that's it. And I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Train is moving out, right? Train's pulling out. What's that mean? Trump meets with Obama at the White House. Okay, dismiss. Thank you, Apple Watch.
Right. They shouldn't have done that
You're
during
either
the
on
first
board
game.
or you are not on board. But train's moving out one way or another, right? It's pulling out, and life is going to go on, and things are going to keep going. And it's, you know, if your candidate didn't win, that sucks. Well, that's the process that we've adopted. It's the system we live by, and it's the history that we have come to know and love and embrace. And that's just the way it's going to be. Whether you voted for him or not, he's your president right now, and that's why we are a democracy. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Do you not agree with me?
I agree with you wholeheartedly. I've been saying this for a while. That a couple of weeks ago, we were talking
No.
about
My
like.
point is, whoever wins, you have to support. That's the way.
Well,
it goes.
you don't have to support. You don't have to do anything. You can go and like Aaron Sorkin wrote a whole letter to.
Or you could leave.
You can leave. You can move. You can try
Right,
to
you
get.
can
You
do
can
all
try
those
to do. You
things.
can try to put up a candidate that can beat Donald Trump next. Donald
Right.
Trump is the only person I think to run for president of the United States, maybe in at least the last 50 years, who's never lost a race.
There you go.
He never lost a race. He's undefeated.
Undefeated. In
So
this
America
race.
has spoken, and you're either an American or not. There's like, I think a lot of people think that the country is bad. The country's amazing. It's not amazing for everybody yet. Every politician's not perfect. Donald
Right.
Trump's not perfect.
Correct.
You might think I'm perfect.
I
I'm not.
definitely know that you're
I'm
not.
not perfect.
That I'm positive
Connor's
that.
perfect.
I apologize for the garb. I just came from a class, and I talk about this all the time. I talk about this all the time. You get a workout in when you can get a workout in. And today, the only time I was able to get a workout in was from 9 to 10, and so I did it, and I got here a little bit late. didn't get a chance. Lance wants me to flex.
No, I was flexing
Oh, you're
because I hit
flexing.
400 golf balls this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Good for you.
400. I was out at 6.
Nicely done. Lance
And
had
I've done to
400
7:30, 400 golf balls today.
I did not, but I did an insane workout at the Fitting Room, which is a little boutique class here in New York City. Crazy workout, and it was great. Really good. And I feel great, and now I can sit here for 4 hours, and I'll have to apologize to all of our guests for looking like this. Some of our guests are new guests today who are going to think to themselves, what the hell?
Some of our guests actually think you look hot, so.
Yeah, but that's probably our usual. But we have new people on the show today that haven't been on the show who are probably going to get dressed up and think to themselves.
Actually, we had a
"What
new
is
thing
this?"
today. A couple of our guests actually posted that they were going to be on today on Instagram, so
Oh, really?
that was nice. Yeah, so we reposted some of those on Instagram.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's very cool. We actually have a really cool show today. We are talking to Jasmine Loeb, who's the sex columnist for the New York Observer. The New York Observer is owned by Jared Kushner, who is Donald Trump's son-in-law. So maybe Ivanka's husband. So maybe there's some insight there. I read this article that she might actually have a fairly big presence in the White House. Do you know what that means or what she could do with that presence?
Yeah, she could actually do that, but Isaac Lafer goes to the bucket for 2.
Very nice. Isaac. This is
she
gonna
could
go on
be.
for 4 hours. What quarter are they in? What half are they in?
They just started at 11.
Shoot.
I know. When is she going to be the?
Like, what could she do? What could someone with no political, like, in all honesty, so she's smart,
she's probably
she's run
she
a
runs,
lot of his company.
She's probably going to be the unofficial chief of staff. I don't think she's even going to have. I don't think any of his kids are going to have an appointed role, so that they're not subject to.
Well, what is the difference between the chief of staff and the unofficial chief of staff, and how do they get along?
I don't know, but I don't know how it's going to. But I don't think she's going to be in any kind of a position that needs to be approved politically. But I think that when he sits down with her, he's going to sit down with her and judge and value her opinion.
So that takes her away from running the business then, right?
I think she'll be running the business.
She can't run the Trump business and be able to advise him at the same time. I thought that's...
She's officially has a job, but she can sit down and have dinner with her dad and talk about what do you think about, like, do you think I should go and hire Rudolph Giuliani to be Secretary of State, or do you think he'd be better off as district attorney?
Okay.
The DA. Like, he can have conversations like that, like he has with anybody.
As long as she's not a politically appointed White House
I would
staff.
imagine that's the case. Like, I think that there are certain roles, like you get certain security clearance, and I'm really out on an edge right now, just guessing.
Yeah.
But I'd imagine that you get certain security clearance for certain positions, and certain things need to be approved, and then there are other positions, like in the White House, that don't need to be approved. But I actually, like, I was thinking about it, like, she actually may be the first female president. Like, who do you think is going to be the first female president?
Well, someone said Warren could potentially run in
Elizabeth Warren can run. Do you think she's going to win?
Look, you asking me that after Donald Trump just won? At this point, I think everyone's got a fair shot.
So, but like, if we should put up a poll. We should actually do this.
Who realistically
who's going to
be the
who's
first
going
female
with 64 women?
That's a great. I don't know 64 women. No.
64 women who, you know, are potential contenders to be. Like Chelsea Clinton can be.
I don't know. I read an article this morning that she is going to duck out of the limelight. That
she might want to. Yeah. So, but
that's a great idea.
Michelle Obama.
Do you smell that?
Oh, you smell nice today, Jenna.
That's not me. Chocolate chip cookies. They just opened up a bakery next
did.
door, and it's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy.
By the way,
do you smell that?
In all seriousness,
no.
like I'm about to sing your praises. Forget that one.
Wait, hold on a second, because I think I'm gaining calories through my olfactory nerves. Is it possible that can happen? Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh my, they're like baking before the store even opens.
Tony Kendall says you look fine.
Thank you very much, Tony. Yeah, they're building a bakery right there, literally, and the waft of
It's Nico Mayo's
cookies.
first day on Periscope. If you want to welcome Nico Mayo.
Hey, welcome, Nick. It's good to have you. All right, go ahead, sing praises.
So, what I realized this morning is, like, one of the things with golf is how fast you can sort of turn your body.
Yes.
And so one of the nice things for me is, like, that as I'm 40 pounds less than I was last year when I was golfing at this time.
You can swing much faster.
I could swing much faster. In the last, like, 5 or 6 pounds that have been falling off of me because of this fakakta diet that we're on. Like, I was hitting the ball better today. That's
and
why
did you lose 40 pounds?
I lost 40 pounds because the woman sitting in front of the camera is a genius.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I was on the
you were on the Jenna Wolfe diet.
I lost 10 pounds in the first month.
Amazing.
And, like, I wasn't even trying to diet. Like, I just thought I was just trying to arrest the arrest the weight gain.
And you did well.
And I did well, and it kept on coming off. And yes, yeah, no, I sing your praises often.
I think that's awesome. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
That's really wonderful. I was just going to tell you something. And then he said something, and then you said something.
Somebody said, hit him with the Hein energy.
I really like the idea of the women. I think we should get on that. We should come up with 64
women who are
could
potentially be the next president.
Correct. It doesn't have to be in 2020. It's just the next female president, whenever that's going to be.
The first female.
The first
female president.
I love that idea. I think it's brilliant.
My early pick to win that bracket
is Ivanka. I don't think she's ready to be the first one. I think she could be one. I don't think she's ready to be president in 4 years. I think someone could be.
In 4 years, Trump's going to probably do it.
Maybe.
4 years after that, you have Eric Trump, who's probably going to be elected. 4 years after that, you have Eric Trump's second term. 4 years after that, you have Donald Trump Jr.'s. You have Donald Trump Jr.'s first term.
Right.
The United States might be looking at 50 years of Trump if he's actually a good president.
Oh, well, let's wait. It's a big if, so we'll wait and see on that.
Sherry Stretch 1964 is saying Michelle Obama. So it might actually be a Michelle Obama. A Michelle Obama. Like, we actually should do, this time what we're going to do is I'm going to also seed them.
Okay.
So that we could, like, I would actually say Michelle Obama and Ivanka Trump would probably be 1, 2 in terms of seeds.
Can I ask you a question? Those 2 bottles of water over there, are they both yours?
Yes, I bought one for you, though.
You did?
Yeah. They're sparkling.
Beautiful man. May I have one?
Sure.
Connor, can I grab one of those?
You want
bottles
the one that's been open and unutilized?
That has your spit on it?
No.
Nah. As much as I love you, I don't love you that much.
I know that.
Thank you.
Whoa, you love me? It's 11.
You know, I was getting off the phone with Lance just before as I was rushing over here, and I said, all right, I'll see you soon. He goes, love you. And I, like, almost fell out of the cab. Literally, the door almost opened, and I fell out, and the cab almost ran over me. I said, I'm sorry, what did you say? And he goes, I love you. I was like, so I hung up the phone. I said to the cab driver, he loves me. That's what he said. He loves me. I love you, too. I do.
Thank you. I love you, too, honey.
Anyway, so let me go over some other parts of the show today. So, in addition to Jasmine Loeb, and we always have a good time with Jasmine, any sex question you may have, there's nothing that's too shameful or too private or too crazy or too far off of a question. Any question you may have.
Everybody's saying that they love you.
Oh, thank you, guys.
Sherry Stretch, first of all, said wrong team. Millieanne says we love you.
Who's on the wrong team?
I think I'm on the wrong team.
Is Stretch on my team?
I don't know. Stretch,
are you on my team?
Stretch 1964. Stretch is at least my year.
Oh, that's true. And
Stretch is on your team.
Oh, welcome, Stretch, to the team and otherwise.
Don't do too good of a job recruiting.
I won't. I'm not going to be
Neither one of you.
Jasmine's on the show. We have a professor from the New School who actually has a really interesting philosophy on fitness. You may want to tune in. Number 2. Number 3, we're definitely going to do a workout with Connor. I'm already dressed for it. So, and Connor's dressed for it, so we're going to do a cool workout today.
We have John, by the way.
John's
and I'm referring to John from now as...
No, I'm
actually, Sherry Stretch has been married 6 years, so she's no longer recruiting, I guess.
Mazel tov.
JCH, who was a little nasty yesterday. We have to have a little talk with JCH.
John from Cherry Hill.
John from Cherry Hill was a little nasty to some of our guests. One of our guests yesterday. Tonic Mom wants to know how do we find your diet, Jenna?
Okay, so basically I took every single thing I know about health and wellness and I packed it into 30 tips, right? 30 things that you can do, and it's one small thing you do every single day. Literally the tiniest thing you do on day 1, then on day 2 you do 1 and 2. Then on day 3 you do 1, 2, and 3. Then on day 4 you do 1, 2, 3, and 4. You see where I'm going with this? And after 30 days you've sort of backed yourself into change. That big, hairy, awful word, which has suddenly become easy to process and digest. And if I just said do this, do this, do this, you'd be like, well, I need some explanation or a little bit of guidance. So I said, fine. So I wrote a book. It's called Thinner and 30.
It's called the best damn diet book ever.
Lance lost 35 pounds, like he's insane, and I love it to
and
death.
then I would like another 5 after.
But wait, so that's it. And
it's called Thinner and 30.
It's called Thinner and 30. I can get it. It's right over there. You should pick it up, and it's funny, and it's real, and it's honest, and it's just a really easy way of doing it because there's nothing fancy. I don't make you buy anything. I don't make you like rent space. I don't make you. It's just a simple, easy guide, and that's all there is right here. This is the buck. It's freezing. Thinner and 30.
Thank you, John. Oh, Sherry
Can't go
Stretch
wrong.
lost 30 pounds. John is apologizing for his behavior yesterday. John, we rely on you to be helpful, helping the show and ending those types of things. No problem.
Other things going on today. We have a singer-songwriter coming on.
Lainey Lynx, she's awesome.
Thank you.
You're-
Thank you very much. Wait, what?
She's awesome. I've seen her perform.
Oh. I thought you said Lainey thinks you're awesome. And I was like, oh, thank
Oh,
you. Yeah, she's great. And she's going to be, she's going to come here and just play for a while. Oh, and then what else? I also have Hot Girls Eating because we need to figure out where to go if you're in the city, what to do, and how to, where is this thing? There we go. Okay. Beautiful. Now, we've all agreed to buy certain things for the show. Some of them are more expensive than others. I thought Lance's contribution, besides the tripods, was going to be the mics, but he's taking a sweet time getting those. My contribution was the clock. Bought the clock.
thank you.
The clock is right there.
I actually contributed the tripods, the cameras,
Yeah.
the overall idea, and convincing you to do it.
Well, what would the show be without the? What would the Jenna Wolf show be without the Jenna Wolf?
It would be Julia Roberts' show.
Yeah, I'd love to see Julia Roberts come do the show. It'd be fantastic. So we have a fun show today. Let's say hi to some people.
Alrighty. Hi, Jenna.
Oh wait, can I just say one thing before we do that?
No, it's the Julia Roberts. Yes, of course. It's your show.
All I do is complain about how little sleep I get and how crazy the mornings have been. Guess what? Last night, came back, we went to a Knicks-Nets game. I even shot a video and I was going to put it up. There was an M&M bar. Now, Lance used to eat a lot of M&Ms, so this would have driven him crazy. At this M&M bar, Lance, there were 6 different types of M&Ms. You had your peanuts, you had your peanut butter, you had your pretzels, your mint, you had your like dark M&Ms and something else, right? So there were 6 different stations of M&Ms. Nearly killed me. Nearly killed me. Right next to the M&M station was the vegetable crudité, and then some steamed shrimp. And then next to that were fish tacos, fried taqueros, some chicken wings, hot dogs, and everything else. So Steph and I were released. Boom, where do we go? I immediately, because even though I knew I couldn't have it, was drawn to the M&Ms just because my body's like, I just walk over, I just want to see them. I just want to look at a lot of M&Ms. Like I can't have them, but I like to see them.
Yeah.
I want to put them in my hands. Like I didn't put them in my hands, but I want to just see them. So I look over at Steph. She doesn't even, I can't even acknowledge me. She's got one beer in one hand. She's got a hot dog. She's got a fish taco. She's got a little bit.
She's really giving up on this whole diet idea.
Yeah, the diet's out the window because she lost too much weight. She said. She puts it down, then she comes back and she gets there was like a fried rice ball. Like she went to town. We were in a suite. It was beautiful. It was wonderful. My plate.
Who won?
The Nets won. The Knicks won. They were losing by like 20 when we left, and then they came back and won. They came back and won. My plate was vegetable crudité. Couldn't have any hummus, with a little mustard, and then 2 pieces of steamed shrimp and a club soda. Now, wah wah, right? Like
Yep.
how disappointing and like depressing. That being said, I woke up this morning and I felt fantastic, and that's what it's all about. You make simple choices like that, and they're not easy choices, but they are simple choices to not have 4 handfuls of M&Ms in the fried food. And you are rewarded the next morning when you wake up and you actually feel great and proud of yourself. And I feel proud of myself that I was able to walk away. So I just wanted to say that. So I got home last night. We were in bed by like 9:30. Nobody woke us up, and I slept straight until 4:30, 5 o'clock, which is like 7 hours of sleep. 6 hours. I haven't slept that long since before the babies were born. So I feel good. Got a good workout this morning. Lance brought me some water. Life is okay.
Yeah, the
Lance's
Jenna
son
Wolf
is
show.
playing basketball. Are they winning?
They're winning. They're in California. They're up 18-10 after the first quarter.
So basically, it's like 3 in the morning there, playing some b-ball.
It's
right.
It's 8 o'clock in the morning game.
Before we start, I want to say hi to some people. Let's go.
Well, John actually was wondering how I'm a grandfather, and I was born in 1964.
You were born in 1964, were you?
Yeah.
1960. Oh, okay. Well, your kid obviously had a kid when she was 14.
No, she had her. 2 years ago. She's turned 26 today. So
Ah.
she was
Happy
actually
birthday. What's her
24.
name?
Tamar.
Happy birthday, Tamar.
So that
Does
was
Tamar watch the show?
on occasion. I don't know if she's on there live now.
Okay.
So we actually had a book issue here.
Issue isn't a bad thing?
I know Maureen Briner. Hey guys. Maureen Briner was saying she already pre-ordered the book. She can't wait. I think she might have followed the link from last year, just because there shouldn't be any pre-ordering. The book is out.
The book is out.
The book is out.
Yeah, you mean maybe she meant she ordered the book.
Well, she wrote pre-ordered, but
right.
Yeah,
But I think that's what
how they do. Okay.
Believe me, there's enough copies.
Marciola. Everybody, hold your breath. Marcy has recovered from the election results.
I know. Thank God, Mars. Good to have you back. We missed you.
Allison Henderson is saying Jen's book is also on Amazon.
Yes.
Tony Kendall had said that he's seen your book sold at Myers, MEIJERS.
Great, thank you.
Tony Tango says hi, Jenna.
Hi, Tony. That's his name, Tony Tango. That's a
Tony
great name.
Tango. Wendy Maynard says Saratoga water? Question mark, exclamation point. That's
Saratoga water since 1872.
I don't know if I did the wrong thing. Audra Ryder O'Neill says she's ordering now the book.
Thank you, Audrey.
Gentry Bradford is giving you hearts. She with the tights.
I'll take. Oh, thank you. You like my pants?
Yes. Judy Stahl says, "Wish you were back on the Today Show."
But I'm on the show here.
Judy,
this is
watch
better.
this. More Jenna.
More Jenna.
More Jenna.
And no one on the Today Show is going to say hi to you, Judy. I'm saying hi to you. Love that you're watching. Makes me so happy. Everybody say hi to Judy. You don't
hi,
get
Judy.
that on the Today Show.
Here, Connor's going to say hi to
Connor,
Judy.
say hi to Judy.
Hey, Judy.
That's what you get here. Okay, go on.
All right.
It's your crooked.
like it's the first time. Tony Kendall says, how about Jenna run for president in 2020?
I'll put my name on that list of 64. I'll be the first one out.
Actually, I would be the first one out, but I'd be in the bracket.
Number one, you're not a woman. It's a little crooked. It bothers my OCD is bothering me a little bit, Lance.
But it doesn't have to be straight with you. It has to be straight when you're in the camera.
Well, let's see. Does anyone think I'm crooked right now?
I'll switch. Here, Connor, go sit where Jenna is. Connor, go sit where Jenna is. Jenna, come to the camera.
It's crooked. Watch. Can I fix it? Are you okay if I touch it?
Sure.
Connor, looking good.
Oh, 1 second. Here. I need the camera.
I think that's a little bit better.
Oh, no, I don't want to take a picture of this. Actually, this actually needs to be.
What do you think, Connor? It has to turn up a little bit, right?
I think this might be the best.
Oh, watch this. Yes. Here, I'll tell you where. Right there. Okay.
Okay, better.
All
Are
right.
you guys finished ruining our audience, Bill?
Yes. Okay, I'm sorry. Get out of here. Get the hell out of here. Go. Go.
All right.
Okay. Let's go.
This is my life.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot, I lost the game.
Wait. I don't want to lose our whole show.
I know, but I don't want to lose the game. So there it is. Okay.
Something else, you know that? Okay.
So
are we
Allison
done?
Henderson says she loves the tights too.
Thank you. They're workout pants.
Bernie Jablonski wants to know what channel will carry the show. It is carried on Facebook Live, right here at Jenna Wolf, on the Jenna Wolf Show on Facebook Live. Occasionally we have sound there.
We have sound.
We have sound today.
Beautiful.
Yesterday, we had a little bit of a.
Well, when no one wants to, when there's no one that wants to help.
No, we actually have managed to. We have backups and all this other thing, and we could catch it late. Gentry was nice of Roberto to point it out to us. Gentry Bradford wants to know where she can buy the pants.
I actually, believe it or not, I was on vacation. No, they're not Steph's. When it comes to workout clothes, let me tell you something. Regular clothes, all Steph, all day.
Does Steph borrow your workout
me.
clothes?
She wears different kind of workout clothes. She can get away with wearing shorts. Like, who was the last person you've ever met that no girl wears shorts anymore? I got these in Anguilla at this awesome little fitness boutique. Lance, let's keep going.
Okay, it's halftime.
Go on.
Just in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
That meant that I have.
But I'll look at the tag and let you know.
Okay. Connor, you want Connor to look at the? Oh no, that wouldn't work. Tony Kendall says, "Don't apologize for your outfit. This is earlier. You look fine."
Thank you.
Michelle Bowen says, I know you said this before, but why do you do 4 hours? Michelle apparently wants us to do 8 hours,
No,
but
she
we're only
doesn't.
doing 4.
Why? You answer it, Lance. Why do we do 4 hours?
Well, 4 hours is the maximum Facebook Live session.
4 hours is the maximum Facebook Live chat session.
So it's set right over there, but I'm trying to actually push it to where we do it 24 hours.
Not with Jenna, but just
The Jenna Wolf Show 24 hours. But like sometimes it'll have guests,
right.
like the Today Show is not always Mr. Today, right? Like sometimes tomorrow comes on and sometimes yesterday comes on.
No, the Today Show is always the Today Show, and then when it's done, a different show comes on. But NBC, the network,
Oh!
has other things on it.
They have other things on. But
Yeah.
during the show, it's not always Mr. Today.
Correct.
Sometimes Mr. Weather Person
Go
comes
ahead.
on, sometimes.
Right.
Right? What's the matter?
You're unbelievable. Go on.
Why? Are you angry again?
No, not angry yet. Getting
Oh.
close, though.
Okay. I'll be quiet. Can I read?
Yes, please.
Okay, please. Tony Kendall is saying he wonders if the sirens going off during the show and the birds flying by behind Jenna really are
Mean the
people that want to
apocalypse?
be on the show.
Yeah, the apocalypse.
Sheila says, "Good morning, Jenna."
Hi, Mom. How are you? Welcome.
Oh no.
What?
Okay, I'm looking at one comment. Okay, Rebecca McLean says you look great every day.
Thank you.
I don't want to read Allison Henderson's thing.
Why? What happened?
Love this Lance show. LOL. Just kidding, guys.
See, I told you. It's all. People talk
I
all the
know,
time. They're
I'll
like,
be
he
quiet.
speaks too much.
I do. They do tell you that.
Only one person did.
Which person?
I'm not going to tell you.
Okay.
But 80% of the rest of the people, they kind of like the bickering. I can't believe they do, but they do. My friends have said that. I'm like, you're joking, right? You know, it gets under my skin. I don't want to argue with anyone. It's not me.
Camille Eden
It
says,
makes Connor
love the
feel
show.
uncomfortable.
Connor seemed to. We actually did a segment yesterday with Connor that was very. We're walking around New York.
Yeah,
Connor's segment actually did very well.
it did.
Yeah.
Maybe you won't even need me anymore.
No.
When are we gonna do a
I
workout
want to
thing?
do a walking with. Actually, it led me into. I want to do a walk with you tomorrow.
Okay.
So everybody, we're going to be walking New York City with Jenny tomorrow.
All right, let's get through these so I can do some workouts.
Scott. Well, we have. Scott Halwerda says felt like saying good morning, and yes, working out is where it's done.
Yeah.
Marcy says, morning, Jay. Carol Wagner
Thank
says,
you.
love from Detroit. Margaret
Thank you.
Kirschenbaum says, okay, so who's on the show today? Speaking of moving forward, we covered that. Jennifer Becker Hill says, thank you for being positive. We need more of that.
Thank you
Debbie
very
Elson
much.
says, agreed, let's move forward.
Yes, Debbie.
Alan Gilbert says, agreed. Alan Gilbert says, hello, Jenna.
Hi,
Margaret
Alan.
Kirschenbaum says, turns out the pollsters knew nothing. The outcome
right.
came as a surprise to all of them. Gary Cheever says, why would you erase states? Gary, I was trying to do math. What's the answer on that, Connor? Oh, you're getting on it. Okay.
I could have told you he wasn't going to get it. He didn't even
I
understand the
was
question.
actually
No, we had some technical issues.
the calculator wasn't working.
No,
The
the
show
Do you have an answer? Yes or no?
No.
I will
answer.
have one.
You will have an
in
answer. Okay.
2 minutes.
Marvin Kirschenbaum says, oh, hello from 14th Street, not so far away.
Nice.
Allison Henderson says, hi, guy, Jersey locked on. I also see people crying about the election, and I find it so funny. Jenna Gelbhardt says, love your whole outfit, those pants and hat.
Thank you very much.
That's
Oh,
a nice hat. That's your volleyball hat.
yeah, I played volleyball at Geneseo. I was not bad either.
Were you good?
I was pretty good.
Excellent.
And I'm only 5'5". and I
Did you
played
date
full
anybody
rotation.
from your volleyball team? Have you ever dated a volleyball player?
I wanted to. 2 of them I wanted to.
So who hasn't wanted to date
No,
a volleyball
I
player?
came close. I came close to 2 of them. One of
What
them back
happened?
then, one of them recently.
Male, female,
Female.
female. You didn't go for the male volleyball players
Well,
when you were playing
no.
for that team.
No.
Okay. Rebecca McLean says congrats on your son and good luck to him in his basketball game.
Nice.
I think she's talking to me.
Yes, she is.
Andrea McKee says, I love the pants. Where did you get them?
I'm gonna have Connor look down my pants later and get a good eye for the tag.
Marvin Kirschenbaum says, let's see who Trump surrounds himself with. Probably Steve Feinberg as my pick. He's one of his economic advisors. Smart guy. Beth Michael Felder Brown says, Jenna Wolf, thank you for your words. I'm in agreement with you. I am hoping we are correct in our hopes for the president-elect.
Yes.
We all can make choices to keep our lives happy and focused and honest. And your words help us get there. Thank you.
Correct.
Monica Vateno says, hello from Baltimore.
Hi,
Marvin
Monica.
Kirschenbaum says, HRC had a lot of baggage, no 2 ways about it. We should actually have, she should be in the poll.
Sure. Well, we'll do a
Hillary Clinton.
Why don't we do a segment where we nominate women like we did with the movies?
Yeah, I want to remember.
Yeah.
Marvin Kirschenbaum says it's not the outcome I would have preferred, but the country has voted. He said what he said to get elected. He played the main card, but I think he may govern differently than he campaigned. Barb Best Right says, good words, Jenna. Thanks for being a voice of reason, even though you didn't vote for the Donald.
Thank you, Barb.
Debbie Elson says, breaking news, Trump has arrived at the White House with a sweat emoji and a thinking emoji.
Oh, I thought she was going to say he arrived at the White House in sweatpants. I was like, he's off to a bad start. Bad start.
He
You
came
gotta
from
wear
your
a suit on
exercise
day
class,
one.
right? Is he wearing leggings?
Gotta wear a suit on day one. That's just my thing. And I know nothing about clothes.
That was actually, because you mentioned the Knicks the other day. What's your first impression of J.R. Smith when I say the name J.R. Smith?
I have none. I mean, good basketball player.
Yeah. On Sunday, when Hillary Clinton was at the event with LeBron James, she had J.R. Smith up there with her.
On what?
At like her campaign rally. I just found I didn't realize how popular he had become.
I don't think he is. Hey, Mom, Marcy, Michelle, Marnie. I'm trying to think of all my friends that voted both ways. Josh Glad. Who knows who J.R. Smith is? Am I right? Hold on. Hey, girls. You know J.R. Smith?
No.
Do you?
Familiar.
Okay, there you go.
Is that bad?
Nope. This makes my point. So maybe that was her first mistake.
What?
Maybe that was a mistake.
By me?
No.
By her? Yeah. I was actually I kind of
Oh,
felt
is that
it was.
the point you were making?
I was kind of like a jump. He's like a really good basketball player, but he's not the
Listen,
type of person that
That's
I
not
would
her.
have.
You know who you should bring out if you're her? Maybe you bring out someone who
Shania
won.
Twain.
Fine, but I'm talking about in the realm of basketball. You bring
Yeah.
out Michael Jordan. You bring out
Well, she was with LeBron James.
Larry. Fine,
But also
people
bring
know
out
LeBron
Michael
James.
Jordan.
But bring out someone who won and has
100%.
it's just 100% success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go on. Or Danny Ainge. Some of the greats
Oh, Danny Ainge. Wasn't he the guy who was the third baseman that he played for the Blue Jays?
for the Toronto Blue Jays. That's my thing. I said that.
I know. I've been on the show. I've been watching
been
the
watching
show.
the show,
I've memorized all of these little Jenna-isms.
Okay, go on.
You're only going to sneak Danny Ainge by me once in the.
What number was he with the Celtics?
10, 5, 15, 45,
Close. 44.
44. Alyssa Bailey Stevens is absolutely correct, Jenna. Moira Lakota says, hey girl, hey. Rebecca McLean says, good morning.
Good morning.
Jenna, ever tried LuLaRoe leggings? I can hook you up if you're interested.
LaRue leggings?
LuLaRoe leggings.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them. Email Lance.
Email Lance. Yeah.
Lafer at Gmail.
Lafer.
L-A-I.
It's not Lance Lafer at Gmail.
No, it's
that was just Lafer at Gmail.
At Gmail. L-A-I-F-E-R. I like leggings.
Sarah Dunn Sapolsky, one of our regulars, and also somebody who follows us on Instagram.
All right.
1 second, Connor. I don't want to be interrupted.
See what it's like?
Where do you get your workout gear? Do you have a favorite place?
I like Athleta. I like Lululemon. I like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour. If I like it, I'll wear it.
Tim Wissinger says, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
And then I just have a few more.
And then up top.
Oh, gosh.
It's a warm day out today.
That's nice.
Of course.
What? Someone said something nasty about you? Oh, you don't like to read those?
I will read it.
Stings, doesn't it?
Yeah, whatever. Okay.
But you didn't even do anything wrong today.
Oh, Patty Sanderson Cattell says, may have missed it, but how much weight have you lost? How much weight have you lost on this diet?
On this specific diet,
On the
which
new
I'm
one that
doing,
we're on.
I'm doing paleo meats, Whole30, single ingredient foods only. I've probably lost about 4 pounds.
Yeah, that's right.
It's hard for me to lose weight. I don't need to lose weight, so for me to lose any weight is pretty tough. But I lost, honestly, I lost all my baby weight on this diet. All of it. I was, I needed
much
to
was
lose
that
like
about?
20 pounds or something. I lost all of that. God, I'm almost ready to take my top off. That's how hot I am.
Yeah, some other people are ready for you to take your stuff. So Cindy Clark says, I wish I could be that headstrong about food. I'm around a lot of enablers how do you get around that? It's very hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. You know what else is hard? Raising children, going food shopping when you're exhausted, making sure you pay all your bills on time, making sure you have all your receipts for your taxes, studying for finals in college, getting to work on time every day, even when you haven't slept at night. Like, those are all hard things, but you do all of those. Why do you do all those things? Which none of those things make you thinner or stronger or tone you up, but yet the things that do make you thinner or stronger or tone you up, you say, ugh, it's too hard, I just can't do it. Like, why do you let yourself succumb to weakness when it comes to the most important thing in the world, which is your own body, but yet all the other things, I gotta go to the dry cleaners, gotta stop at the bank, like all those other things, like what is that? Those are just errands. Like, you'll have to do those, and you only sometimes do the other stuff. And I talk about this all the time. You know, we as humans have two lists that we work off of: the must-do list and the I should-do list, right? I must go to the bank, I must go to the grocery store, I must, whatever it is, take a shower, I must blow dry my hair even though I didn't sleep, I must take the kids to school. Those are the things you must do. What are the should-dos? I should drink more water. I should really only have one dessert. I should really only have one bottle of beer. I should, take the steps instead of the elevator. I should work out today. It's a leg day. I should do my legs. Like, whatever it is. But yet, you do all those things on the must-do list, and you'll hardly ever do things on the should-do list. Well, do this. Today, why don't you take 2 things off the must-do, or 2 things off the should-do, rather, and put them on the must-do. And that's one way to force yourself to get around the weakness of not having the will to do something.
Well said.
Thank you.
Maria Stifler wants to know, are there tips in the book for people with knee issues?
Your last name is Stifler?
Stifler. That's her
awesome.
married name.
That's a great name. Well, it's not for any kind of injury recovery or anything. The workouts aren't terribly difficult, and they are not that high impact. So you would be able to get around some of that with knee issues.
Right.
But
Probably helps you with your knee issues if you're skinnier.
Well, sure, losing weight, but exercise-wise, you be smart about it. Instead of jumping up and down to do high knees, lift your knees up, which is less impact on the way down. Things like that.
Right. And what I did was I combined golf with your book.
Yeah,
Like
you did.
I sacrificed the exercise component.
Cool.
Catherine McLaughlin Walker says, how come you couldn't eat the hummus last night?
Because on this Vakakta diet I'm doing this month, paleo and Whole30, it's no legumes, one of the things, which is no beans, so I couldn't have the chickpeas in the hummus. It's also no dairy, no alcohol, no grains, no processed sugar at the same time.
We're going to start are we all going to be referring to Brian's diet as the Vakakta diet?
Diet.
We're bringing Yiddish back here.
Yes.
Rhonda Nickerson says,
BYB, bring Yiddish back. Hi, Donna.
Gentry Bradford says, love Judy. And then she says, much better. Now she looks straight, Lance, with exclamation points.
Thank you. See?
Thank you. Remember.
Sort of straight.
Brian Kelly says, Jennifer, President, House, and Senate would be in the best shape ever.
Oh, we would be the fittest nation in the world.
Delma Perez says, I know the feeling on OCD is something you can't. Lisa Little says, look like V-I-E, I don't know. Keegan Matos says, love you bunches. Jenna, thank you for all the help you have given me.
Awesome.
Sandy Hickson says, love you always. Audra Ryder O'Neill says, this is my first Facebook Live. Why this format? I like it and it feels real. Are we going to work out with you too?
Yeah, you want to? We're going to do a little thing with Connor as soon as I have a free break. I don't know timing of everybody.
Mackenzie Foster says, I love your voice.
Thank you.
She may have heard you sing the other day. Kimberly Elmer says, love you, Jenna. You're such an inspiration.
Thank you.
Andrea Kozar says, miss seeing you on TV, so this is great.
Great.
Tammy Campbell says, hi from Canada. Mackenzie Foster.
Sorry, go on.
Mackenzie Foster says, do you have any tattoos?
Nope, no tattoos.
Michelle Sausher says she agrees with something.
Michelle, can you be more specific when you say you agree?
Right.
Please, a little bit more specific.
Some of this hangs around. Shelley Botcher says, J.R. Smith plays for Cleveland, teammate with
No, we
LeBron.
know who J.R. Smith is. My point was just that he's not as recognizable.
He's the one that paraded around the celebration parade without his shirt.
Without a shirt on. But my point is, like, her base doesn't really know who he is. So you might as well get someone that most of your followers would recognize. Sorry, what happened? Was that
and
not
more,
right?
no, there's more like Lance fashion.
Let me hear it.
Mary Cole says, I watch every day, don't always comment, said hi earlier, but Lance skipped over me. I didn't intentionally. I thought I had everybody
honey, listen,
earlier.
Lance, look at me, honey. You're getting all bent out of shape. You gotta have some thick skin. That's nothing. Do you want to hear what people said about me on the Today Show in the middle of my segments?
Did you hear what Jenna Wolf said about me in the middle of the segments?
What? No,
Did
listen.
we-
I would do a segment, and I would literally toss to a video for 30 seconds, and then I would look at my phone, and it would say, you know, you're the worst thing that's ever happened to the Today Show. I hate what you're wearing. I hate your hair. Like, I hate what you have to say. Go to hell. And then we come back. And we're back. Thank you for joining us. We're joined here now by Dr. Like, that's what I would have to do. So for someone to say, oh, you skipped over me, babes, love of my life, that's nothing. If anything, that's a compliment.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Right?
Yeah, haters
I'll get
are
back on the
compliments
horse.
that People are watching.
Yeah, people are watching.
I'll get
That's
back on the
nothing.
horse
You
now
don't
and
even
get
know
married
that.
a
You're
fourth
so
time.
thin-skinned. You're like paper mache. What happened to your epidural there? Epidermis.
My epidural.
What happened to your epidural?
Okay. Sherry Slayton says, miss you so much on TV and radio. Glad I just ran into this on Facebook.
Every day. Every
Ryan
day.
O'Neill says, want to learn a good workout routine for me. Sherry Slayton says, does
Wait, you
Jenna
want to
have
learn a good workout routine? What does that mean? Give me.
Want to learn a good workout routine for him. Like
Well, I
you
don't know
want-
what you can do or what you can't do. I'll give you
So
a
we'll
good
try to
workout
figure it
routine.
out.
Yeah, write in. Tell me what you can do or what you want to do. And they'll write one for you.
Smid Zegian Layton says, does Jenna have a new book out? No, it's the same. Thinner
Same
and 30.
book,
Want to
Thinner
show
and 30.
Thinner and 30.
This is it.
Once you have this Bible,
You don't need
need
anything
anything
else. Everything else is just a way to make money. I don't need it. Yes, I do. This is it.
Sandy Hickson says you need to come to Wyoming.
Okay.
Sandy, email lafer@gmail.com. Propose an itinerary, and we might do it.
Yeah. Some good
we
things
can do
to see.
fly fishing in Wyoming. We can do a
Yeah.
whole fly fishing segment.
Yeah, because I'm sure
That'd
you'll
be
get some real good
exciting.
Wi-Fi out there, Lance. Real good Wi-Fi. This is all
Actually,
I get.
yes,
And we're
some of
down. Connor, do we have sound? No sound. Okay, we're down again. We're down. We're gonna have to go lighten up the computer. Who's on the computer? Lance is gonna be. Connor's gonna be sitting there with those high boots. He's gonna be in a little raft, and poor thing is gonna be on the thing. Lance is gonna be watching half basketball. We're down. We have no
Oh,
sound.
shoot. What's
We have
that?
we have no picture. Now we have no picture, no sound. We have no signal. And meanwhile, no one even noticed that I fell off my thing, and I'm literally in the river at this point, like floating down. I could foresee that would be a total and utter disaster.
So, having said that, Sandy, please send me
Yeah,
an
we'd love to
itinerary
actually
that
come
includes
out.
fly
That'd be
fishing,
amazing.
and we actually should go to the Fly Fishing Hall of Fame here in
Done.
in
York?
the Catskills. Yeah, exit 109 near the
Wait,
Roscoe Diner. You know the Roscoe Diner?
Of course, off Route 17.
Well, that's where the Fly Fishing Hall of Fame is. We
We're
should
the
go.
Roscoe brothers.
We should go to the Roscoe
Everyone
Diner
knows
and
the
fly
Roscoe
fishing like
Diner.
in the winter.
Wait, are you impressed that I knew that?
I did, yes. I'm always. Who's the most impressive person on the show outside of you and Connor?
Oh, God. I just want you to like me, Lance. I want you to be impressed.
I
with
love
me.
you. I told you I love you on the phone today.
I
Didn't we
know.
have that on
But
that segment?
I was caught off guard. I want to know what's coming so I can prepare for it.
I love you, Jenna.
Thank you.
All right. Don Wussner Muller says, thank you for being an inspiration, jumping on the Jenna train.
Thank you.
Catherine
Get on it.
McLaughlin Walker says, I always loved you on today. Felt
Thank you.
sad when you left weekend today.
Yeah, me too.
Sandy Hickson says, sounds good to me. She's going to put together the trip to Wyoming. Let's bring the hot girls eating on because they've been waiting. Let's go.
Do you
Awesome.
want to
Do you have you have the results?
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
We'll pick it up later. What are they, actually?
Okay, do you want to-
Hey guys, how are you?
you want me to break?
You're disappearing. You're so skinny.
Oh, I.
Oh,
Are you guys done with your thing?
no, I'm on day 27. She finished. Yes. By